you so much for clicking on this video. My name's Olivia and I'm a gender affirming voice teacher. And in this video, I am going to be focusing on pitch. Now we know that pitch is not everything when it comes to vocal feminization, but it can be an important part of the process. So in this video, I'm going to talk about a few reasons why pitch could be important for your journey. And I'm also going to share a few techniques to help you work on pitch. So without further ado, let's get started. So there are a few reasons why it can be helpful to have a sense of your pitch as you are working on vocal feminization. So when you have a sense of like where your pitch is it high, is it low, is it medium, what's happening with it? When you have a sense of where that is, it can actually help you to pick apart like what is actually happening with your voice. Because oftentimes when we listen to a voice, we might think we're hearing pitch, but we're actually hearing resonance, So we might be thinking, oh, that's a low voice, but really the pitch isn't that low. It's really that the resonance is dark. So having a sense of where you are pitch-wise can help you figure out, do I want to tweak that pitch piece, or do I want to tweak these other things? Is my vocal weight actually a little heavy? Is that what I'm hearing? So that you can figure out what you're actually going for and what you're actually hearing. Working on pitch can also help you to set some goals. It can help you isolate certain specific things. Maybe I want this specific pitch range. Maybe I want to try this specific pitch range before I alter this other thing to see if that's quite right for me. So it can help you, give you some tangible things to focus on in your practice. So along those same lines, it can help you to kind of track your progress. You can take recordings and figure out where your pitch is all along the way, so you can have a sense of kind of where that is. So it's always important to acknowledge too, when you're working on pitch, that pitch is part of this broader, bigger process of vocal feminization. When you work solely on pitch, you're going to miss out on so many other facets of the voice and so many new avenues that you can explore and ways to tweak your voice to get you to a feminine perceived voice. Pitch is certainly not the only thing that helps your gender perception of your voice to shift. So the first technique that I want to talk about is breathing. Breathing is foundational for voice work, but especially with pitch. Now, if you are reaching up for a higher pitch and you don't have the proper breath support, you're going to end up recruiting muscles to kind of squeeze out the pitches that you're going for, rather than feel supported with your breath all the way down from your belly, from the muscles that really help your breathing apparatus to work. So first we want to make sure that we are breathing from the belly and not breathing in your chest exclusively. So that's what we call shallow breathing, where your stomach might not be moving, or your stomach moves in when you breathe in. We want the stomach to move out when we breathe in. So if you put a hand on your chest and a hand on your belly, we can just kind of feel that movement in the breath. So let's take a breath in and out. Now you might feel some movement in your sternum, some movement up in your rib cage. That's perfectly fine. But basically what we don't want to see is that's going to sort of lead to tension and not get the support that we're looking for. So hand on your belly again. Let's try that again and just see if you can focus that breath down in your belly. Let's do a couple more breaths in. One more in. Okay, so if you're having a hard time feeling that, which it's perfectly normal if you are. You can lay flat on your back, on the ground, or on the couch and feel your belly moving. That's a really great way to do it. Or you can bend over at your knees, put hands on your thighs, and you can feel that movement probably a lot easier. It's really common for us to be clenching our stomach muscles. You know, our society tells us we were supposed to be extremely thin, and that's the only way to be happy in life. So we want to be able to let those abdominal muscles go so that you can actually breathe in and move the muscles that you need to move. So that's another kind of, body awareness thing. You can come into your body and notice, am I tensing my muscles here in my abdominals? Can I let that go so that I can actually take a good breath? So another thing that you can try is breathing in and then breathing out in short bursts. So we can try just like an S sound. So it'll be kind of like this. If I breathe in, so what I'm doing here is I'm engaging my stomach muscles with each breath out. So I'm kind of like squeezing in, letting it go, squeezing in, letting it go. So it might feel a little bouncy, a little bit weird. So let's try that again. So we'll just breathe in. Okay, so it's kind of a weird exercise, but it really helps to engage the abdominal muscles, to like work them out and to make sure that they are the ones working when you're expelling air, that it's not from these muscles here, but the muscles down in your abdominals. The next technique to help you work on pitch is to work on sort of pitch range expansion exercises. So these are very simple. They don't sound, that sounds like very scary, but basically these are warm-ups that you can do. So using either a lip trill, or if you can't do that, or if you prefer, use a straw in a glass of water, and you can hum into the glass of water and do these exercises too. But basically we just want to either hold pitches of long tones, or glide up and down. And with this, we don't want to be straining. We don't want to be like, oh, I got to get up to the highest pitch, or oh, I got to get down to the lowest pitch. You can just kind of move around in this comfortable pitch range and just glide up and down. So by doing these exercises, you are working out the entirety of your voice, going up and down, and it helps your voice to work on making transitions. So this can be helpful when you're working on intonation and inflection. So when you're moving your pitch up to a new place, first of all, these exercises are helpful to decrease tension. So if you use a lip trill to access a little higher pitch, that's going to be easier than if you just go, ah. You might recruit some of those muscles that add tension rather than making sure that it's really easy. Monday morning, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, wherever you want your pitch to be. So it just makes it a little bit easier to make that transition and make sure that you're staying easy on your new target pitch range. So with this, consistency is really crucial. So making sure that you're doing these types of exercises every day, and I would say several times a day for 30 seconds or a minute, this can be really helpful in waking your voice up and really training your voice to function the way that you want it to. Easily, without tension, and able to transition through different parts of your voice, different registers in your voice, so that you're able to easily navigate your inflection and how you want to use your voice in a new pitch range. So the third technique then is memorizing your new pitch range. So this can be challenging if you have a hard time matching pitch, if you are going for a very specific pitch range. If you're not, and you're just kind of going, okay, I'm gonna go a little bit higher and see what that feels like, you might be more memorizing like the feeling. In fact, that's arguably better anyway, to memorize what that feels like when you are a little bit higher or in the pitch range that kind of works for you. So doing exercises that are monotone, holding that pitch to really memorize in your body what that feels like, memorize in your ear what that feels like. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and kind of practice coming back to that same pitch and staying there. So your breathing exercises are really going to come in handy here when you're holding pitches, because if you're kind of running out of air, Monday, you might kind of fall off in pitch or get really breathy or, stop the sound. So you want to make sure that you're engaging those muscles, breathing down low. Monday, and you're able to hold that for as long as you want to be able to hold it. The other thing here is the second piece is helpful too, these exercises. If it does feel like in your new pitch range you're getting a little tension, Monday, you can do it on a little lip trill or a cup bubble, and then practice that monotone. So then beyond that, you can start to work in regular inflection with that. Monday, and kind of feel what it's like to move around, inflect normally, but in that new pitch range. So using apps like voice tools can be really helpful to get that feedback from the app to know, okay, yeah, I am where I want to be, or I'm noticing that at the ends of phrases I'm coming down in pitch, or whatever the case may be. So having that feedback, those apps can be really important and helpful in this process. So remember to celebrate small wins when it comes to pitch. Pitch is not something that happens overnight. And it's really important to think about that support and relieving the tension, because with pitch, it's a really easy, slippery slope to get on, where you start to strain, like, okay, I'm really trying to get to that pitch. So you end up kind of overdoing it or straining to get there, or spend too much time there, or whatever the case may be. So, I hope that these few things can really help you, taking things slow, step by step, and hopefully that helps you get to your goal pitch. So if you are looking for a little extra support, you can go down to the link in the description, click that to sign up for a consultation with me. I'd love to meet you. And I also have a self-study e-course where you'll have all of this information about vocal feminization, all the different parts, all in one place where you can kind of study at your own pace. So if you're interested in that, you can sign up for the waitlist down below as well. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. I really hope it was helpful for you, and I hope you have a great day. And I will look forward to seeing you in the next video.